Jeremy, how you doing?
How's it going?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, man.
Where are you in the world right now?
I am just down the hall.
Oh,
I'm
really?
I'm in your yeah. I'm in
That's a
your
little
studio.
creepy, but that's he snuck in. That's good.
That's what I do,
I don't
man.
know how you got all those posters in so quietly. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I just like to celebrate myself.
Well, there's a lot to celebrate. Let me introduce you real quickly. I don't think you need much of an introduction, but you've got multiple Emmy wins. You got a Golden Globe Award, and really the biggest accolade, which is probably being a constantly working actor since 1986. I don't know how many credits you have. It's more than I could count. You could probably tell me if you off the top of your head.
1986. I was a child, and my first movie was Lucas.
Lucas,
And
yeah.
I've done over 80 movies, and I won three straight Emmys. But who's counting? Me. I'm counting. I'm
Well,
counting every. No, no,
you
just
should be
kidding.
counting. I mean,
No, no,
really,
no.
my,
I'm
my
very grateful.
my first discovery with you was with PCU back in '94, which was a hilarious movie, and then continued on with classes like Old School. Personally, Rock and Roller is one of my favorites. I don't think enough people saw that movie. And your breakout star is Ari Gold and Entourage. But I'm curious what your favorite piece of work up until your current stand-up bit was what really was.
Well, no, I do love stand up because there's no delay. I get to just be breathing the same air as everyone in that room and make them laugh, and that's incredible to me. And I didn't know that all roads lead to stand up. One of the things I did in growing up in Chicago was start at Second City, was sketch comedy, and so I've been writing on my feet and doing comedy my whole life. And when you're trying to pitch your jokes on set, and it's an intricate, delicate balance. I'll be very diplomatic and say that. And so finally, I went. I just gotta do this. And people, they say to me, "We didn't know you were this funny," which is a very backhanded compliment after 80 films. But if you think about it, it's a real compliment because I've been in, as you said, Old School and a few Emmys for Ari Gold, and I've been in these really funny kind of classics that have stood the test of time, and yet they're saying they didn't know I was this funny. So it's inspiring to me. I'm going to be with you at the McDonald's Theater,
McDonald
or
Theater on the 26th of this month. Yep, a nice Saturday night show to go see some comedy, which right now the world needs laughter. So go see
oh my
something funny.
God. I mean, just stop burning your Tesla for 1 minute and come to the theater. You know what I mean? Just
No kidding. Oh, and here in Oregon, especially, that's happening a lot.
Yeah, just listen, but that's your car. So take a beat, let's take a beat. That's almost like, when you get angry and you give yourself poison for something someone else did.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, let's just hug it out, come to the theater, and we're going to unpack all of this.
It's going to be a fun day. We're finally seeing some sunshine here in Oregon. We got the Oregon Spring game, which everyone's excited about here, and then you're going to be in town. So a fun Saturday. But I want to rewind real quick because you did mention that people were surprised that you could do comedy, which I would be a little backhand insulted by too, because you've been doing such a great job as a comedic actor for so long. Did it feel natural to go to the stage?
It felt totally natural and totally terrifying. What's
I'll
interesting
bet.
is, yeah, I got up. The first time I ever got up was a benefit for these kids at the Laugh Factory to raise money, like a Toys for Tots kind of a vibe. And I I I respect the space, any stage. So I wasn't just some dumb actor going, I'm just gonna go up there and I got this. I went, no, no, no. You got to have bits. Think about bits. And when those bits worked, and I've been on a tour ever since. I haven't stopped touring in 10 years because I got addicted to stand up and addicted to making people laugh in real time. Um, so it was terrifying, but yet at the same time, I felt at home. So there was this very interesting duality where, most stand ups, when they start, it's the first time they've been on a stage. I've been on stage since I was 8 years old. So I've been on stage for half a century. That's scary. That's scary.
So of course it felt natural. Yeah.
So I'm basically the youngest old comic in the game.
Was there ever?
I can't even do the math on that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'm not
We can't,
I'm
we
not
don't
here
want to
to
go there.
to do math. I want to hear about what you're doing on the stage on the 26th here at the McDonald Theater. But
There you go.
real quickly, I also want to ask you about the poster behind you, the performance.
Yeah.
Uh, Fantastic movie. Um, did you know how to tap dance before you filmed that with your sister?
No, I didn't know how to tap dance. I've been a drummer my whole life. And my mother, who passed away recently, gave me the performance out of a short story out of the New Yorker, and I had my sister adapt it and direct it. And actors, one of our superpowers is we're delusional. So we really think we can do anything. And so I just knew that I needed to make this film, and I needed to make it because it's about all of us. It's about how much of yourself will you compromise to be successful. It's about, can art override hate? It's about anti-Semitism. It's about racism, and yet it's wildly fun, and people are it. It's the best response I've gotten to anything I've ever done in my life, and yet I'm doing the antithesis on stage with stand up. So I'm just kind of, I guess, embracing everything that I'm afraid of, because stand up is humiliating when you start, tap dancing is humiliating when you start,
I would imagine.
and if you work through that, there's some kind of greatness on the other side of that. So I would say, welcome to my TED Talk. Enjoy. But if you come to by the way, the McDonald's Theater is a beautiful theater. Have you been?
Oh yeah, many many times, yes, and recently been
Well,
upgraded as well. So you're coming at a good time.
I love it. What was the best show you've ever seen there?
Oh well,
You could.
that's a loaded question. I've seen a lot of great shows, both comedy and music throughout the years. The McDonald's always bringing good acts, so I'm glad that they were able to snag you as well. That was a huge score.
You're very diplomatic in dodging that question.
I'm also, I'm not fully awake yet, so I'm recalling my favorite show is not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it, Chappelle?
No, Chappelle's. I've never seen Chappelle at the McDonald's. He did play a couple other venues here in town. He was actually, after he left Comedy Central, the very first place he came was Eugene, Oregon.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really cool to
and did a
know.
4 hour set at where we play basketball here. So that was interesting. But no, McDonald's been around for a long time. It's a great venue. Have you ever been to
That makes
Eugene
sense
before?
because he Chappelle and I have the same booker, and now I know why he booked me in that area, because Chappelle loves it so much. So
Well,
it's really cool.
comedy's got kind of an explosion in Eugene right now because we just got our first formal comedy club, and people are finally figuring out that when you go to the show, you're there to see a show and not to talk to the performer. So we're figuring it out piece by piece.
No, people talk to me.
Still,
They scream, "Let's hug it out, bitch!" They scream, "I'm a douchebag because of you." They scream, "Lloyd!" You know what I mean? And
do you get that just walking down the street?
I do it. I think that everyone has Tourette's. I'm like, "Are you okay, sir? What's going on?"
Uh, I,
Um,
I I don't want to take too much of your time, but I do have one last question because you brought up the drumming thing, and I saw that you were at one point very interested in playing Keith Moon from the Who. Is there any chance that that actually still might happen? Because that would be
well,
awesome.
first of all, we can talk as long as you want,
Oh, okay,
because we're going to break all the rules, and
okay,
that's what we
all right.
do. Um,
Don't give me too much freedom here.
no, we welcome it with open arms. Keith Moon is one of my heroes, and if you ask anyone in music, they'll say that he was the first rock star, in the way that he was the first one to be brilliant at what he did, and also to really, I don't know if I can swear, if you can beep it
Go for it.
out.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. He was the first one to truly not give a fuck. Okay. He was the first one to drive a Bentley into a pool. He was the first one to literally find a rhino and lock Ringo Starr in the house with a rhino. And, he was out of his mind and yet a genius at the same time. And he was like a reckless, brilliant artist.
Well, he was also willing to do things in his music that people hadn't done before and really kind of push the boundaries of drumming to a point that people didn't know if they could like it yet or not. And he just kept going.
Well, that's what I was going to get to, and I'm glad that you said that. Um, there was a recklessness, a perfected, organized recklessness
Yeah.
to his drumming. If you listen
Organized
to any of the Who
chaos.
stuff, it's yeah, organized chaos, and that's what being in the state of play is, and all that stuff, and that's what you want to do as an artist, is be totally present, be in that zone, and yeah, he was that guy, and he will be missed, and yeah, man, I mean, listen, I'm not him on the drums, even though I've been playing my whole life. but I could play him. And also, he looked a lot older than he was. And I've got the beard. I just got to keep it going,
Okay. Yeah.
so maybe that'll happen. But after the performance, and I've seen that you can do it, that I can do it, and I can do my own film. And this one took me 15 years, and hopefully the second one won't. But the first one's always the toughest. And that's what one of the great things about stand up is, like, look, man, all I need is a theater and a microphone, and and I get to just I create the whole thing. With film, you need $10 million, and you need there's so many steps before you create that miracle. But I get to go to the McDonald's theater, grab that microphone, and make everyone forget about everything for an hour. And
Well,
that's
I'm
really
really
an
excited to
honor.
see your performance and see all the things you
Oh,
can do
no,
on the
no, don't
stage.
get me wrong, sir, it's gonna suck.
Well, I like you setting the bar low. Okay, but I highly doubt it, and I'm a big
No,
fan. I look forward to
no,
seeing.
man. The trick is, look, when I'm so lucky that I've connected with so many people over the years with my performances, and I want to leave them in a better place than when I walked onto that stage, and it's an honor to do it. And if you don't come and see me, that's on you. That's no,
Well,
no pressure whatsoever.
I mean, I love movies and all those things, but I really fun. My favorite form of entertainment is stand up. Just to go forget about the world and laugh at just anything else for an hour and a half straight, and come out with a smile on your face. That you can't beat that.
Well, yeah, because we need it right now.
We
It's
do.
the
We absolutely
frustrating
do.
times.
We absolutely do. No tariffs on your tickets, I'm assuming.
No, none,
Yeah.
sir. And
Yes.
by the way, whether you hate me or love me, I'll see you Saturday night.
Well, I love you. I'm grateful for this moment to be able to talk to you, and I look forward to seeing you on the 26th.
Thank you, buddy. I'll see
All
you
right.
soon.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Okay. Bye bye.